Okay, it turns out that if you have pets, you might be guilty of climate change, a climate hazard, breakdown, or pollution, or um, global warming. I don't know what is the current term. I always forget. What is the current term for weather going bananas, which is the non-scientific term, but you know what I'm talking about. And in this case, well, the Associated Press has a video to make you feel guilty about your pets. But before we watch this, I think that so many people have not gotten the memo from the main mastermind of all this, or one of the main masterminds, which is Bill Gates. I actually made a video like 1 week ago, and I haven't published it. I sometimes do that. I sometimes make videos and I don't publish it because either I forget to publish them, or there are other more urgent to publish, and I don't want to overwhelm your timeline with this. But yeah, I need to post this video in which Bill Gates essentially says, you know what? Climate change is not that urgent after all, that humanity is not going to be destroyed by climate change after all. He says that things like vaccines and implied AI are way more important, and I'm pretty sure that the walking bag is for all the energy that AI requires. And all the interests around AI are saying, hey, you know what, maybe we should not worry about 1 degree, the world becoming 1 degree hotter. It's not a big deal as long as we have a more AI functioning. But no, in fact, the Associated Press went there. You have pets, this is what you should know. Feel bad about this.
Pets bring us joy, but they also leave a surprising paw print on the planet.
Yeah, when it comes to those
paw print, yes.
environmental impacts, it's their food basically, and in particular the ingredients in their food. Dogs and cats both eat pretty highly meat-based diets. And what do we know about meat? It's one of the key drivers of climate change.
What else do pets do?
Okay, so I want to make it clear that this first part is basically the most disturbing one. I mean, they are implying, they're not saying directly what you should do. They're not saying, that maybe, I don't know, do something about your pets, but they are making very clear that one of the things that they do is eat a lot because, they are living beings, and living beings eat to survive. And, it so happens that their food has meat in it. And most likely this will appeal to vegans. Again, if you're a vegan, if you watch my show, you know that I always encourage you to reconsider your life choices. But well, I'm just saying that maybe you can have a vegan diet. Good luck with that. But your pets absolutely need meat. No, they are not. Let's say they cannot adapt to the insanity of vegan diets. I'm just gonna say it. I can understand humans, subjecting themselves to that torture. All right, humans have the agency for that. Okay, you want to torture yourself with a vegan diet? Go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. But torturing an innocent animal, an innocent cat or dog who can't complain about the vegan food that you're giving them, because that is what's been implied in here. Oh, you have 2 cats and 1 dog, or you have 3 dogs and 1 cat. You should be ashamed of yourself. It doesn't matter if you're vegan. They should be vegan as well, because their food contains a lot of meat that has all this impact in climate change. So you do the math. Either you, I cannot say the word, right? They're not implying that you're gonna get rid of your pets, right? And if you're not gonna get rid of your pets, and your pets have to keep eating, right? Because survive. And the problem is there are food that is high in meat, then, when we should switch to some kind of vegan-based diet. If you do that, you're a monster. I don't care. I don't care. You are going too far. Again, you can do for yourself whatever you want, but no, that simply doesn't work. That simply doesn't work. Again, it's I simply cannot. I cannot say people. I can just highlight the craziness of this being implied and endorsed. But let's continue. This continues. This insanity continues.
What do pets do? Like, we have to feed them. I think that's why it's number one. Agriculture and where food comes from and ingredients has a huge impact.
But our choices go beyond the food bowl.
Notice how, they say agriculture and where our their food comes from. Wait a second, agriculture. Wait a second. I didn't know that meat could be, harvested. You could get meat from plants. You can't do that. No, you can't do that, right? That is not possible. So they are implying that they should eat a vegan diet again, and that is actually animal abuse, animal cruelty. It's literally animal cruelty. So, well, oh my God, I don't know what to tell you, but this is this is something that I did not have on today's bingo card.
But our choices go beyond the food bowl. Even how we bring pets into our homes matters.
If there are dogs in the world that already exist that need homes, it seems to be a more responsible decision for the planet than going through a breeder.
This is basically an area of climate change that we just haven't touched yet, which offers relatively simple extant climate change.
So, well, yes, many people agree with the adopt, don't shop, and that is common sense indeed. There's many furry friends out there who would make good use of a nice, cozy home, and adopting would be a great solution to that. I think that there's no problem. But what is funny is that they are trying to frame that, you are also contributing to fight climate change by doing this. All right, I guess if I hold my breath for 5 seconds, I'm contributing myself to climate change. I don't know if I don't know. This is insane. These people are truly insane.
Benefits that I think we should all be quite excited about and working towards.
Oh yeah, you know what has a larger carbon footprint than pets? Journalists. Journalists have a larger carbon footprint, but the big difference is that journalists and most likely people who wrote and came out with this, they can opt to be vegan. And maybe the reason this thing exists is because a vegan guy or girl decided, this was the right thing to do. Let's make a video about that. That's what a vegan diet does to your brain. Again, you can make your life choices. I will never stop telling you. I have to tell you. I have to be responsible. Again, you can have your opinion about animal cruelty and everything that how could you say about eating meat, talk about eating meat, Jesus, and talk about animal cruelty? I'm telling you there's so many ways that you can eat meat and from cattle that is not abuse in any way. There are ways, of course. There are ways of that, and I have to be responsible. I always say that the truth is the single most important thing that one should strive for, and the truth is that a vegan diet is not good for you. That's simply the truth. I simply cannot avoid telling you this. It's not in me. When this topic arises, I have to say this because I feel responsible. Even if I know that so many of you are going to disagree with me, you're going to jump to the comments. You're going to say, I'm unsubscribing because you don't understand. You are blah, 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 whatever. But you're wrong. You're still wrong. And you will still be wrong. You can unsubscribe. You can call me out in the comments. You will still be wrong. It is what it is. It do be like that. It's like that is expression that they are saying. I found it funny. This comment by Helen Ingram. I'm going to buy a diesel-powered pet cow with a chimney for an arse. And Herb Rebanter. I'll buy my cats a warm outdoor cat enclosure for winter, powered by burning peat and old car tires. Yeah, this is the thing that one would like to do with all this insanity. Because, well, I guess where are we going to with all this? But let me know what you think about this in the comments, and I know you will. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Battle Language Guy. Much love and bliss.